Dear learners, let's discuss about case study on cons of online shopping and e-cycle of internet marketing. Introduction. The act of purchasing services or products over the internet is called online shopping. It is a way to shop for multiple items or compare the rates of different service providers from the comfort of home or on a personal mobile device. The disadvantage of shopping online is that you cannot see the physical product being purchased or meet the service provider in person. One can only trust the credibility of the website and the accuracy of the description of goods or services. Internet marketing or online marketing is the complete series of activities that are undertaken on the web to make sure enough value is received in return for meeting customer needs. Though internet marketing is a process that consists of online advertising, promotion, PR and sales, it is a distinct activity that helps prepare and perform the related activities thoroughly and well. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will have an idea about cons of online shopping or case study, internet marketing, 5 P's of e-marketing, stages of internet marketing. Now, let us see about the case study on cons of online shopping. Online shopping is flourishing and few sites are as popular as the auction site like eBay, where 1 in 3 shoppers trade, but how safe is it? In this case study, we highlight the dangers of bogus auction traders. Grey market trading. Auction websites such as eBay are increasingly becoming popular as channels for the sale of counterfeit and illegal items such as consumer electronics, fashion items and cosmetics. According to recent research, for every $100 spent, around 5 is spent on counterfeit goods, the study claims. Online shoppers need to be aware of the dangers of so-called grey market trading, and what they can do is to avoid spending a lot of money for a designer item only to find that it's a fake. Fake jeans. Karen from Wales, UK thought she had nailed a bargain when she bought a pair of Victoria Belgian DVB jeans, as they normally retailed at over $200. Karen thought she had availed a quick bargain when they bought a pair on eBay for $67. Luxury good bargains on auction sites. It was too good to be true. When the item arrived a few days later, she became suspicious almost immediately, considering it held a pair of dismantled encrushed jeans. The package felt dubiously light. Upon opening it up, Karen's fears were confirmed. The jeans were clearly not as Mrs. Beckham intended. When Karen contacted the seller on eBay to inform them about her suspicious and request a refund, the seller refused. PayPal protection. Fortunately, Karen was sensible in having chosen to use PayPal, the payment facility which offers customer protection if a sale goes wrong. Nevertheless, it doesn't relieve all auction safety anxiety because certain guidelines need to be adhered in order to get your money back. Most importantly, a complaint claim need to be made within 45 days. For counterfeit claims such as Karen's case, you have to provide proof from a credible expert to prove the item is a fake. The experience has been eye-opening for Karen. She says she would never buy designer items on eBay again after having come to the realization that although counterfeit items are banned on eBay, that doesn't mean they aren't sold. Bogus sellers. Karen is one of many to have been cheated by online auction fraudsters. She was fortunate to come away from the experience without suffering much damage, but many others haven't been so lucky. 15-year-old Harriet bought a laptop on eBay for $112 thinking that she had picked up a real bargain, but she became another victim of bogus auction traders. This time the item just failed to turn up. Harriet had also taken the precaution of using PayPal so that the payment is only handed over once the item has arrived and deemed satisfactory. However, when she complained that the laptop had not turned up, the seller assured her that it was on its way, and convinced by the reputable sounding company's reassuring words, she promptly closed the dispute. This was a fatal mistake. Whilst the complaint was open, under the rules of PayPal, Harriet could have got her money back at any time. However, its closure inferred that there was no further problem with the safe, and so PayPal, assuming that both buyer and seller were happy, promptly handed Harriet's money to the seller. The reality, of course, was that Harriet left with no money and no laptop. Unfortunately, beyond reporting the matter to the police, there was not a lot more that could be done. This case highlights how limited the security measures are for eBay shoppers. By simply closing the dispute prematurely, Harriet had surrendered the minimal buyer protection she was entitled to. Online shopper advice. The bargain shoppers, undeterred by such stories, are advised to first look at the price of the item they want to buy. Although eBay is renowned for its bargains, these are largely confined to the second-hand private seller sector. New luxury items rarely dip too far beneath their retail prices. So, if a new item is sold at a particularly lower price, then it is advisable to be very wary, or better yet avoid it altogether. If you don't want a genuine bargain to slip through your fingers, then trading standards recommend emailing the seller to ask whether the item is authentic. If the seller confirms that it is and it turns out not to be, then their corroborations can be used as evidence against them. If you are sure about the item's origins once it has been delivered, then some obvious signs include spelling mistakes, poorly sewn labels, bad stitching, and general scrawliness. E-cycle of internet marketing. The basics of internet marketing e-cycle are as follows. Internet marketing. Internet marketing, like marketing off-site of a website, requires enough knowledge about customers and markets in order to know the best ways to price, sell, and distribute products or services. Doing so requires a level of marketing research and the development of a marketing plan. Now, let's discuss about the 5 P's of internet marketing. For more than 4 decades, businesses and marketers have developed marketing plans based on 5 performance attributes referred to as the 5 P's. The 5 P's refer to the type of decisions that have to be made in order to effectively market a product. These decision categories still apply in internet marketing, though the decisions made around them may differ when dealing with an online environment versus a brick and mortar store or location. These decision categories are: product, the physical product or the service that is offered to the customer. You will decide what to sell or offer, how it should appear, what customer service support will be provided with it, and if any warranty or additional aspects of the product that will be included. The product or service you are offering may be the same product or service. You are offering may be the same product or service as dozens, hundreds or thousands of other websites. Therefore, you have to somehow distinguish yourself from the hundreds or thousands for the customer to settle on your offering over all the others. The next is the people. The people decisions that you will make are those that refer to how you want your customer service representatives to interact with your customers. How will they work with the customer? How will you make sure they have the information they need to help the customer? How will you integrate your current offline customer service strategies with your internet strategies? Will you offer 5 support even to online customers? Price. Pricing decisions are made based on profit margins, competitors' pricing and the demand in the market. You will also have to make decisions regarding when to offer price discounts and whether or not you will allow financing or other payment arrangements. With the internet market, you will need to compete not only on price but on also shipping charges and any other charges that might affect what the customer pays for the product or service. Promotion. Promotion choices will need to be made regarding how you will communicate and sell the product or service to potential customers. You will have to decide what you can afford to spend on promotions as well as based on the expected return on investment. If not done cautiously, you could easily spend thousands of dollars on promotion activities that do not provide any significant return on investment. Pay-per-clicks advertising is an example. If it is not providing you customers who make purchases, you will end up spending a ton of money for little to no results. Place. Also sometimes called placement. These choices regard how you will deliver a product or service to the customer. Will you have a storefront shop in addition to your website? Will you deliver the items yourself or will you resell someone else's products for them? Affiliate. Will you offer instant delivery of electronic information products or just use your website as a tool to drive customers to a live location? Now, let us discuss about the 5 P's of e-marketing. With the onset of the internet and e-marketing, marketers must now consider additional new performance attributes. They can be classified as 5 P's of e-marketing. Privacy. In many parts of the world, people have the right against unauthorized invasion of privacy by the government, corporations and individuals. This is important for marketers to understand, given that the internet is global. Yet, the internet has introduced a number of potential privacy risks that continue to impact individuals. Email lists are stolen and phishing practices are used. Individuals' usernames, passwords and credit card information. Photos are taken and posted on Flickr or other similar sites without prior consent. Browsing histories are captured. As a result, several governments are getting more and more involved in regulating online practices that violate any individual's privacy. Many countries have privacy laws that protect individuals' personal information stored in customer relationship management, known as CRM, online stores and email marketing databases. It is in the best interest of marketers to develop a good privacy policy along with its implementation through procedures and governance that affords protections to their customers, prospects and website visitors. Increasingly, people will not engage with a company that does not protect their private information and is not clear how they will use the information they are provided. Permission. Email spam was probably the key for creating demand by the public for policies governing online option in permission-based marketing. As spam became more cumbersome, governments in all regions of the world have enacted laws that narrowed the requirements for email marketing, requiring either an explicit opt-in or opt-out from the marketer. In some countries, spammers can face criminal penalties and civil fines for violating email spams law. Beyond the legal requirements for opt-in or opt-out, the public has grown increasingly persistent on marketers getting their permission to market to them rather than interrupting their lives with intrusive advertising. In the US, the Do Not Call registry was designed to limit the number of telemarketing phone calls consumers receive. The number of consumer complaints about unwanted telemarketing calls significantly decreased by 19% in the year 2018 compared to the previous year. Considering the growing consumer interest in filtering advertising messages, it is efficient for marketers to engage with smaller but highly interested audiences rather than to send advertising messages to large numbers of unqualified audience impressions. Personalization. Segmentation and targeting have been the goal of marketers for long. Good segmentation allows the use of targeted messaging that is relevant to groups of people or even individuals. Email can be personalized with individuals' contact information. Personalized website content can be served to an individual based on your browsing history and profile. Data capture forms filled out by registrants of social media websites create databases that enable segmentation of individuals across a host of attributes useful to marketers personalizing their communications. Performance. Performance is all about measuring success. Web metrics and analytics continue to be a challenge for e-marketers because e-marketing is so measurable. Marketing management now expects everything E to be measured. There are clicks, opens, bounces and tweets and so much more. Oftentimes, e-marketing initiatives are held to higher standard for measuring success than traditional marketing communications where print impressions still count. With e-marketing, CMOs now ask what is the ROI? How much sales were generated from that banner? How many orders came from that search ad? The trick is to acknowledge and accept this reality and to proactively create a set of metrics that tie to some value adding behavior inside the marketing and sales funnels. Stages of internet marketing. Like other life cycles, internet marketing is a continuous process and should be integrated with overall marketing strategy of the business. The good thing about internet marketing is that the results are more measurable than other forms of marketing. However, unlike other cycles, it does not necessarily go through same cycle every time after completion. For example, the online SEO or web usability parts will be needed less after the first cycle. Stage 1. Setting corporate and business unit strategy. Corporate strategy tackles the interrelationship between the various business units in a firm, including decisions concerning which units must be kept, sold or expanded. Business unit strategy focuses on how a particular unit in a company attacks a market to attain competitive advantage. Stage 2. Framing the market opportunity. Stage 2 calls for the analysis of market opportunities and an initial first pass of the business concept. This involves collecting sufficient data both online and offline to establish the obligation of proof of opportunity assessment. Stage 3. Formulating the marketing strategy. Internet marketing strategy is based upon corporate, business unit and overall marketing strategies of the firm. The marketing strategy, goals, resources and sequencing of actions must be closely aligned with the business unit strategy. Lastly, the overall marketing strategy comprises both offline and online marketing activities. This picture depicts the stages of internet marketing. Stage 4. Designing the customer experience. Firms must perceive the type of customer experience that needs to be delivered to meet the market opportunity. The experience should relate with the firm's positioning and marketing strategy. Thus, the experience serves as a bridge between the high-level marketing strategy, that is the step 3, and the marketing program tactics, that is the step 5. Stage 5. Designing the marketing program. Stage 5 involves designing a specific combination of marketing actions to transfer target customers from awareness to commitment. The task is the market space matrix. The internet marketer has 6 classes of levers. Example, pricing, community, that can be used to create target customer awareness, exploration and commitment to the firm's offering. Stage 6. Crafting the customer interface. The internet had shifted the focus of exchange from the marketplace, that is the face-to-face interaction, to the marketplace screen-to-face interaction. The key difference is that the nature of the exchange relationship is now dealt by a technology interface. This interface can be a desktop PC, a notebook, mobile phone, wireless applications protocol known as WAP device or any other internet enabled device. Stage 7. Evaluating the marketing program. The last stage comprises the overall analysis of the internet marketing program. This involves a balanced focus on both the customer and financial metrics. Emphasis is placed on customer actions as well as financial metrics to track the success of marketing programs. Conclusion. To sum up, internet marketing is all about making use of the internet to achieve marketing objectives. Internet marketing doesn't necessarily have to be separate from marketing, as the objectives of both are the same. However, for now, it remains a useful term because internet marketing requires a certain skill set to utilize the digital technology effectively. Thank you.